Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk to you today about why I'm voting for Trump. And I'm voting for Trump coming up November 3rd. I'm supporting Trump for his presidency. Do I agree with President Trump on a lot of things? Yes. Do I agree with him on everything? Absolutely not. I wish he would treat South Korea better. South Korea pays more to keep U.S. bases in South Korea than he lets on, and I don't think he treats South Korea right. And I'll straight up tell you, I do not like that, and Congress has repeatedly criticized him for threatening to pull the U.S. troops out of South Korea, and he doesn't need to be doing that. Okay? And I wish Jim Mattis was still his Secretary of Defense. I thought he was a good Secretary of Defense. However, the reason that I am supporting President Trump is before the COVID hit, the economy was doing really, really well. And it's still doing a lot better than a lot of places in the world that have been hit by the COVID-19. Our economy was booming before the COVID hit. And President Trump was largely responsible for that. I mean, was he completely responsible? Absolutely not. But he was largely responsible for that. He fought to keep the U.S. jobs in America. The trade tariffs on China, which helped protect the American worker, helped protect U.S. companies from outsourcing their jobs to China. That helped a lot. And it balanced the trade deficit with China. And it worked. And the Democrats just could not admit that. And it basically did work. Also, ISIS has been crippled. The leader of ISIS has been killed when Trump was commander-in-chief. And Israel and Bahrain signed a peace treaty. Also, Israel and the United Arab Emirates signed a peace treaty. He's helping bring peace to the Middle East. And this all happened under Trump's administration with a lot of decisions that President Trump had made, quite frankly. And does Trump do stupid things? Sometimes he more says stupid stuff than does stupid things. But let's talk about some of the stupid things that Biden said. Biden has said numerous times on the campaign trail that he's running for the Senate, which in fact he's not. He's a former senator, but he's running for president. And President Biden doesn't half know which city he's in half the time when he's on the campaign trail. That has happened. And also, earlier, Joe Biden said, I'm Joe Biden, I will defeat Joe Biden in November. He said that, not me. And also, you want to talk about systemic racism in America. Some people point to the 1994 crime bill, which disproportionately arrested way more African Americans than it did Caucasians. Well, let's talk about the 1994 crime bill. Joe Biden wrote the 1994 crime bill. He authored it. Yes, Bill Clinton signed it into law, but Joe Biden authored that bill. And Donald Trump is working on prison reform where first-time offenders, as long as they're not repeat offenders, can have more chances when they assimilate themselves back into society. That's what Trump's been doing. So, also, the Trump tax cuts have helped create thousands of jobs. The unemployment was almost below 3% one time. Very low unemployment rate under President Trump before the COVID hit. And the police union, typically it's a Democratic area, but they're endorsing Trump. They endorsed Hillary in 2016, but they're endorsing Trump in 2020 because Trump looks at each case where the cop's involved, and sometimes the cop's at fault, sometimes it's the offender that's at fault. Plain and simple. So anyways, hope everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.